And we are live. Welcome back to Takes by Fans. We have a great show for you today. As always, we are live every single day at noon Eastern. If you want to watch live, head over to twitch.tv/takesbyfans. If you want to watch but not live, head over to our YouTube channel, Takes by Fans. We post all of our shows and clips of the show there on a daily basis. And if you just want to listen, we are on podcasting apps, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts. Folks, however you want to watch or listen, we've got you covered in multiple ways. Folks, the day is finally here. We've been talking every single day for the last, 5 months, 6 months about the NFL season, and it has all led up to this moment. Chiefs, Bucks, Brady, Mahomes. I mean, folks, we will be talking about narratives based on this game for the rest of our lives, folks. This game holds so much weight. Well, it's going to hold so much weight in the totality of the GOAT argument. We have a potential GOAT matchup. I mean, unfortunately, we never got LeBron and Kobe in a finals. We never got Brady and Rodgers in a Super Bowl. We just got them in an NFC Championship game, and that was pretty good. Unfortunately, Aaron Rodgers kind of quacked out a little bit in the second half. But yeah, I mean, we never got, the big games of GOAT going against GOAT in a Super Bowl, but now we kind of have it. Not GOATs at the same time, but GOATs in different kind of generations, GOATs at different times. We've got the current GOAT right now, Tom Brady. I think it's undisputed. He is the current GOAT right now. He just got to his 10th Super Bowl, and he's already won 6. He's going for 7. And we have the new school GOAT, who in 4 years of starting has already gotten to 2 Super Bowls, won 1, and, going, 15-1 in the season. Basically, they didn't play week 17. Going like 15-1, only losing 1 game, not throwing all these interceptions, leading the team, being an extreme talent, being kind of revolutionizing the quarterback position. We see Lamar Jackson emerging, Deshaun Watson emerging, even though Deshaun Watson, I think, came before Patrick Mahomes. But I mean, we've got great talent here, great GOATs to talk about, and narratives will be written based on what happens today. So, folks, we will be witnessing history. Hopefully it's a great game. Hopefully it comes down to the wire. Hopefully we don't see any bad quarterback play. As much as, we've been kind of not really clowning Brady. We call him 50-50 Brady. We call him a lot of pick Brady. But, I do still want to see a clean game. I want to see no turnovers. I want to see a decently high-scoring game. I still want to see good defense. I don't want it to be a blowout. But I want to see great quarterbacks going at it, giving it their all, and see who prevails, who comes out on top, who took the most advantage of this 2-week period. Because, I mean, we've got some great coaches even. Bruce Arians. I mean, we all know him. He's great. He was working with, Jameis Winston, trying to get as much as he could out of him, and it still only got to like 9-7, 8-8. But making up for those 30 interceptions is something you've got to give credit for, truthfully, folks. And we all know Andy Reid. I mean, off of a bye, he's like 26-5. Like, with that extra time, the man knows how to coach. The man knows what to look for. The man knows what to change and what to expose on the other team. So, folks, we've got this one. I mean, folks, like even last year's Super Bowl, the Chiefs and 49ers, yeah, that game was good, but still, I mean, the 49ers, they didn't have this GOAT status that, Tom Brady is entering this Super Bowl with, so it's going to be a great one. I cannot wait. It is currently 10 a.m. Eastern time here, so I don't even know when is kickoff for the Super Bowl, 6:30? I don't even know. I just know it's all day. That's all I care about. I don't care what time they kick off, just I will be watching all day. Can we quickly get the time up? Possibly not. I'm going to say 6:30. That sounded right to me. Oh, well, who cares? Does anybody really care? You'll know when it's on, folks, I'm sure. Isn't there like, a warning, an alarm that goes off nationally somewhere when it starts? But yeah, so we're going to be breaking down all the lines. We're going to be kind of going heavy into the Super Bowl lines. How can we make some money? Is there any hidden value anywhere? We're going to be looking, obviously, at the line, making our official pick. A lot of prop bets, points by team in the first half. What's Tyreek's yards going to be at? Because we may be taking that, folks. We've been talking about him all season. We've been talking him a lot these last 4 days, rewatching the Week 12 matchup. So we're going to get deep into some of these prop bets here to tell y'all how to make the most money and to squeeze as much juice out of this Super Bowl as you can. can. So that's kind of what we got on the show today. Kind of skipping a little bit of the basketball. We'll quickly review. We're not going to go deep into the stats or do an NBA moneymaker today, unfortunately. Today's all about the Super Bowl, folks. That's the only thing I care about today. I could honestly care less about the basketball today. It's, not even after the All-Star break, so why do we even really care too much about these games, right? So we'll be quickly going over the NBA. But we still got a lot of stories to talk about because the NFL honors happened last night. So let's kind of start breaking some of these stories down so we can get a little bit deeper into the Super Bowl, folks. Why you guys are all here today. Alrighty, so here we go. This is kind of big. This is huge. Buccaneers safety Jordan Whitehead is expected to play with a fully torn labrum. Everybody expected him to be sidelined with this injury, but he's like, you know what? I'm going to go. I don't care if my shoulder pops off. I do not care. I will go with one arm for the rest of my life if it means I can play and try to help my team out for the Super Bowl. So I give this man a lot of respect and a lot of credit. It's going to be tough chasing Tyreek Hill around with a torn labrum. I will say that. But, Jordan Whitehead, he's going to have to try his best because we know number 24 Davis cannot cover Tyreek Hill singly, which nobody can, but especially number 24 Davis on the Bucs. So we'll see how Jordan Whitehead performs. He may not even be out on the field a lot because, if this injury is impacting his play, Todd Bowles, Bruce Arians, they will get this man out of there. They got no time to play around. You really can't make any mistakes against the Chiefs, or you better hope that they kind of make the same amount of mistakes that they make not mistakes, so they kind of cancel each other out. This is going to be tough, man. Jordan Whitehead, you better hope you've got some good game plan to cover Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce, or they're just going to eat you all day like they did in the first meeting. But alrighty. Eagles are expected to trade Carson Wentz in the upcoming days, and I'm hearing from my sources that he's going to go to the Bears. And I see a lot of angry Bears fans, and I don't really understand why. I guess I do understand why, maybe just from the optics of, you being a Bears fan, not really too invested in the Eagles. He always gets injured, and that's 100% accurate, and that's 100% great kind of critique of Carson Wentz that I don't think anybody can dispute. The man cannot stay healthy, and when he does, he finally has a good season, and he gets to the playoffs. He's injured first quarter of that playoff game. It is one of the most unfortunate things I've ever seen, but this is the big deal about him. He is injury prone, but he does also not really throw a lot of interceptions. In his peak career, do I even have this up still? Is this him? No, this is Jay Gruden. Oh my goodness, why did I have to see this again? I swear to God, Jay Gruden. If Tony Romo is off a sliver announcing today, I'm coming for you. I'm coming right for you, because your quotes yesterday were so unnecessary. And if Tony Romo read them and is taking them to heart, which I hope he's not, because Jay Gruden has zero. He touches Tony Romo zero in everything, in greatness and likeliness and able to play in the league or coach in the league. Jay Gruden does not even come close. They're not even in the same universe as each other. So Tony Romo, listen to me. Listen to Takes by Fans. We got your back here, baby. If you want me to get Jay Gruden for you, just say the word and I'll go get him for you. I'll get the man for you. So Tony Romo, just take it easy. Keep doing what you're doing. We love it. The fans love it. I especially love it. So Tony Romo, keep predicting the plays, and even get them wrong on purpose just to spite Jay Gruden. So that's that. But let's get back to here with Carson Wentz. I think he's fine. I think he's a real solid starter. I think he's definitely an upgrade from what the Bears have currently. Mitch Trubisky and Nick Foles, both of them cannot play. Carson Wentz, I think he's a true kind of leader on the field. Let's not get to that point yet. But yes, he can't stay healthy. He's good. He doesn't really throw interceptions. Yes, this year was a really off year by him. It surprised me. This is an outlier year. I do not think this is who he is truly at the quarterback position. I think he's at like 15 touchdowns this season and 16 interceptions. That's totally not even close to being good. Not even 1-to-1. I don't think I've ever seen that in my entire history of watching sports, honestly. That's not a starter quarterback that doesn't throw 1-to-1 touchdown to interception ratio. So I think Carson Wentz is decent. in his 2 really good years, he threw like 7 interceptions, 27 and like 21 touchdowns. So, I mean, we're talking 3-to-1 touchdown interception ratio, which is real good. That's exactly where we want you to be. So, Carson Wentz, I think he can play. I think he can elevate this Bears team. I think Matt Nagy can do fine with Carson Wentz. I think the Bears have decent receivers, something that, Carson Wentz is already kind of working with. He's never had a great wide receiver. Everybody kind of clowns the Eagles for their wide receiver choices. So, Bears fans, I think you guys need to relax a little bit. I think Carson Wentz is fine. He will be an improvement to your organization. I do still see a lot of Bear fans that actually like Mitch Trubisky for some reason. So you're already wrong at that. You're already wrong. I don't want to call fans wrong, but if you're rooting for Mitch Trubisky and still think he's good, I think you're wrong, unfortunately. So Carson Wentz to the Bears, that's what we're calling. That's what we're seeing. And now we're seeing, he's going to be traded in the coming days, probably after the Super Bowl. Once all that has cleared, he will be out of there because Jalen Hurts is going to be the Cardinal or the Eagles guy. And then we get this, and I think this should give, Bears fans a sense of, security here. So here it is. Former Eagles players told me, quote, Doug wasn't the problem. Doug Peterson, they got rid of him. He was not the problem. Carson Wentz is not the problem, who they will be trading. The problem is still there, and they mean the owner, Howie Roseman. I've been seeing this a lot. I can't, speak personally on this. I really don't know why he's this bad of a GM, just because he gets rid of all the talent or doesn't get talent or doesn't draft talent or something like that. Then yes, I would agree with that. But I do hear a lot that Howie Roseman is really not the guy. So unfortunately, the Eagles, it's at the top, and, the top never fires the top because they're the top. They don't get rid of themselves, right? So, unfortunate for the Eagles here. It seems like they have a problem that is unfixable right now. As soon as they got rid of Doug Peterson, we knew that, something wonky was going on in Philadelphia, because Doug Peterson truly does not deserve to not be a head coach in this league. He's fine. He's got to the Super Bowl. He's had to work with a quarterback that's been inconsistently not playing. He's had to work with a backup quarterback that got to the Super Bowl and won a Super Bowl. And I mean, folks, we're talking about a 4-year stretch of Doug Peterson being great, and now he's awful, and then he gets fired. It's kind of a little unfair. So I do kind of agree that now Howie Roseman's the problem, since he's getting rid of everybody but himself, not looking at the mirror, not seeing what's actually wrong with this team, and getting rid of the talent. So unfortunate here for the Eagles. Alrighty, what else do we got here? More quarterback news. Multiple teams have reached out to the Jets and inquired about trading for Sam Darnold. Now, the Jets can do this. They have the number 2 pick. They can try and get a quarterback if that's what they want to do, or they try to build with Sam Darnold. We know that the Jets were kind of heavy trying to get Deshaun Watson, but then we get this article right here that the Texans are standing firm on Deshaun Watson, saying the goal is to get him back, period. They do not want to let this man go, and I completely understand. I mean, this is a superstar talent. I mean, we're talking about Mahomes level talent that can be. Obviously, he's probably not going to be as good as Mahomes is. Maybe a step and a half, or not even a step and a half a step, or a step back from Patrick Mahomes. But Deshaun Watson can still play, folks. He led the league in passing yards this season. He went under the radar because the Texans are just so trash defensively, and they can't run the ball to save their lives either, even though they got a good running back. So it's really all Deshaun Watson. He's put up all the points. He made all the games competitive. And unfortunately, the Texans are still wanting to keep him because you're going to let one of the best players walk out. I mean, whoever you get, whether you draft or trade straight up for quarterbacks, you're not going to get anywhere near the talent of Deshaun Watson. I mean, Trevor Lawrence is probably the closest talent, but even at that point, I'm still taking Deshaun Watson over Trevor Lawrence. And really, any quarterback in the league that's not Patrick Mahomes, I'm taking Deshaun Watson over as well. So it's unfortunate that the Texans are not going to want to let him go. He's already kind of signed the extension, so he's locked up there. It's really whether they trade him or not. So don't think he's going to go to the Jets. So now I think the Jets are probably going to keep Sam Darnold. But we'll see what happens. It's going to be interesting after, probably a week after the Super Bowl. After that, the dust has settled from that. Maybe give it to like Thursday, Friday. More news about quarterback swaps are going to be coming in there. There's going to be a lot, I think. There's going to be a lot. I mean, we already got one straight up quarterback swap for swap. Yes, some draft picks in it. Matt Stafford for Jared Goff. And that's something we really don't see. So I do expect a little bit more of that. Alrighty, the awards were last night, and a lot of people were angry on Twitter. I mean, we had J.J. Watt and T.J. Watt chiming in about how T.J. Watt got robbed by Aaron Donald. We had people saying that Big Ben getting 2 votes for Comeback Player of the Year was wild. That those people that voted for him should not be allowed to vote for some reason. I mean, folks, yes, Big Ben was obviously not the clear cut back, hands down Comeback Player of the Year, but did you see what he did? I mean, he was playing great actually for missing the entire year last year at his age, at what he is, aging out quarterback here of this league. So a lot of strong opinions there on Twitter last night, which is to be expected. It's Twitter. But here we go. Let's kind of go through these. We'll talk about them quickly. Offensive Rookie of the Year. I mean, this was our pick as well. Justin Herbert. This man had an incredible season, and an incredible season for a quarterback nonetheless, which is truly impressive. Unfortunately, it didn't lead to a lot of wins because his play really kind of deserved a playoff spot, honestly, even though the AFC was truly stacked with talent this year. The Dolphins couldn't even get in. The Chargers, they had some real good games. Justin Herbert's arm's looking great. This man's going to be at least a 10 to 15 year solid quarterback in this league who could potentially get to the Super Bowl. Now, can he win it? I mean, he's only played 1 year, but I'm saying he can win it. He's got the ability to win a Super Bowl, but obviously we're going to have to see him get there first and how he does in the playoffs and all that. But great first year for Justin Herbert. True stud here. Chargers, you got a good one, and he's going to continue to get even better. And his rookie season was full of records, folks. I think he broke Baker Mayfield's passing yards and passing touchdown records. So this man is the real deal. Alrighty, we got Defensive Rookie of the Year, and once again, we agree 100%. Chase Young, folks, he was a captain as a rookie on the defensive end, helped lead this Washington team to a Jay Gruden-led, trash team. Yes, Jay Gruden, we're bringing you back up. How does that feel? People, slandering you. Feel good, Jay? Huh? Is it worth it? Was it worth going after the GOAT, Tony Romo? I don't think so. Chase Young, not there with Jay Gruden's trash Washington team. Ron Rivera comes in. Chase Young steps it up himself. He energizes the entire team. He's a true leader. We see him mic'd up. We even kind of watched some of his mic'd up stuff. Even when Taylor Heineke came in, he was a big fan of Taylor Heineke, getting, boosting him up a little bit, and just his play overall on the field. He's just a true disturbance. You really can't guard him either. So Chase Young, huge, great fit here for Washington. He's going to be a great one. Washington, you got a great one in Chase Young. Captain this year, earned his way up, worked his way up, and he played absolutely fantastic this year. So great things to come for this Washington team. Well-deserved Defensive Rookie of the Year for Chase Young, and we agree 100%. Alrighty, Defensive Player of the Year, and kind of we agree as well. Aaron Donald over T.J. Watt. Those were kind of the two going for it. J.J. Watt kind of chimed in his opinion, saying that T.J. Watt should have won. Brotherly love, whatever. But yeah, I think they kind of got it right here with Aaron Donald. I mean, folks, you have to triple team this man. You don't really have to triple team T.J. Watt, every single play, but you do have to do this for Aaron Donald, and he's playing in a very tough, conference of the NFC. The NFC is a little bit tougher than the AFC, folks. I mean, that Seattle division going against the Rams, and who else do they got there? The Cardinals. Is that in the same division? And the 49ers, is that all one division? So, I mean, it's just so much talent there. So many great defensive players. So many, great offensive running players in the NFC that can just escape and get away. And Aaron Donald has to go and chase, after Drew Brees and Aaron Rodgers and Russell Wilson and all that just to try and get a sack. So, I mean, great talent there in the NFC. And Aaron Donald was still wrecking havoc on every single offensive line. So shout out to Aaron Donald. I think he's 3-time now Defensive Player of the Year. Just absolutely magnificent. A handful. You can't guard him single-handedly. He's like Tyreek Hill. If you only put one man on him, you're going to lose. Absolutely. So fantastic win for Aaron Donald, and I kind of agree. I do like TJ Watt, don't get me wrong, but I think I take Aaron Donald over him, an outside edge rusher over, an interior, kind of defensive lineman. So we'll take Aaron Donald as Defensive Player of the Year. And all right, let's go to Offensive Player of the Year, and I'm so glad this man won. This is hands down the greatest running back in the last 10 years of the NFL, at least. I can go back more probably. I'm just going to cut it off at the last 10 years. And he's also, the best running back in the league currently right now. He has been for the last 2 years, 2,000 yards this season. Very, very well done. Single-handedly, he is the offense of the Titans. Yes, Ryan Tannehill is decent, but everything works because of the run. That's why Ryan Tannehill cannot single-handedly pass his way to a victory there in Tennessee. It's really all just set up by Derrick Henry. So love everything about this man winning Offensive Player of the Year. He should have had a chance at winning MVP, but it's just turned into a quarterback award, unfortunately. And I'm not knocking the award, but that's what it is. Whoever's the best quarterback in the season, they win the MVP, which I don't like. I don't love, and I really don't like it. But hey, if you're gonna give Derrick Henry the Offensive Player of the Year, I guess I can forgive you guys not giving him MVP, but what a stud. He's the best running back, hands down. I don't want to hear it. There is no debate. Dalvin Cook is not better than him. Le'Veon Bell, Clyde Edwards-Helaire is not better than him. Ronald Jones is not better than him. Leonard Fournette is not better than him. Aaron Jones is not better than him. Nobody is better than the king himself, King Henry, Derrick Henry, folks. There he is. Offensive Player of the Year. I love everything about it. Truly, truly, truly deserved. Truly deserved. Alrighty, Coach of the Year. All right, this one caught me by surprise a little bit. I thought they were going to go with either Sean McDermott or kind of Brian Flores, But hey, Kevin Stefanski I think is a great choice as well. I'm not going to disagree with it. I mean, I agree. This man elevated this Browns team, something that no other coach has been able to do. He's been able to elevate Baker Mayfield, which once again, nobody has been able to do. He's already had, 3 head coaches and a lot of offensive coordinators, and nothing works. Kevin Stefanski's first year, they got to the playoffs, winning multiple games. They won 11 games this season. Absolutely fantastic. Yes, they didn't win the division. The Steelers had a great run. Then they floundered, but they were better than the Steelers at the end of the season. And I think we all saw that. So very well done to Kevin Stefanski. Shout out to Sean McDermott. He ended up scoring second. I think he had 7 votes, and Brian Flores finished third with 6 votes. So great top 3 Coach of the Year candidates. All really deserved it in their own way. I mean, Sean McDermott getting the Bills to the first AFC East championship, leading them to a 13-3 season, basically 14-2 without the Hail Murray. And, they won a playoff game. They won 2 playoff games. They got to the AFC championship game. So maybe the voting was a little bit wrong here. I understand it's not a postseason award, so it's all regular season. But once again, well-deserved by Kevin Stefanski. And Brian Flores dealing with the whole, Ryan Fitzpatrick situation. I think he handled that the best he could, honestly. Actually handled it even better than I thought he would, honestly. From going, from actually, playing Tua, but then going back to Ryan Fitzpatrick, I think that took a lot of guts, and I kind of respect it a lot. Give your best chance to win the game right now. If you have to pull Tua, you got to pull Tua, and it works. I mean, folks, coaches make tough decisions, and they're trying to do what's best for the team, not trying to not hurt somebody's feelings, a player's feelings. So very well done by Brian Flores, and then putting Tua right back in the next game. That's exactly how you handle the situation, and I really loved it. So 3 great coaches here. All will be fantastic for the next, solid 5-10 years, hopefully, I'm assuming. But well done to Kevin Stefanski for actually winning the award. Truly deserved what he did. That giant step that the Browns took, I mean, it's all Kevin Stefanski. He was the one calling the plays. He was the ones, handling the offense, not letting it, be the Baker Mayfield show. We've got great running backs. Let's use them a lot more. So very well done to Kevin Stefanski. I will say the one knock, we'll leave it here. Remember that game that he couldn't coach because of COVID, and, the backup coach won it? We'll just leave it there, though. We'll leave it there. So maybe Sean McDermott should have won. But hey, we didn't vote, so. Alrighty, comeback player of the year, and it's Alex Smith. And I mean, folks, obviously, right? I mean, it's got to be this man. He was out of the league for 2.5 seasons, 3 seasons, because his leg was messed up bad, big bad. So bad he had to relearn to walk bad. There's a whole documentary on it. I'm sure you've seen it or heard about it or saw clips of it. It's kind of everywhere now. And, great story. I'm not a big fan of stories, but it was a great story. And so we definitely give this man, props. I don't think he's kind of at a good level now, unfortunately. I think he's kind of done in this league. I don't think he really can do anything else. I think, him just playing in Washington, a little bit of a bond there between him and Ron Rivera, maybe a little bit. But, great story. He played great. Well, he played decent in the games that he got in, won a couple of games, so let's applaud that. But definitely comeback player of the year. And like I said, Big Ben definitely deserved, some recognition. I'm glad that he got some votes because, just because, he wasn't injured as bad as Alex Smith was, his kind of play was kind of a little bit better than Alex Smith's was, so you can kind of juggle those however you want. But truly deserved for Alex Smith here. Very well done. Great story. Inspirational. Never giving up. Truly never give up, honestly. And that's a true message to anybody out there. Never give up. And Alex Smith is the epitome of that. So alrighty, and then the award, the big one, the big dog, the MVP, and I think they got it right here with Aaron Rodgers. So very well done, Aaron Rodgers. 51 total touchdowns, 4,300 yards, 70. You can round it up to 71, and we will. It's 70.7, so we will round it up to 71. I mean, it's just absolutely fantastic. I think that's the highest completion percentage he's ever finished with, which, I mean, honestly, it's incredible what the quarterbacks have been doing this year. Even Josh Allen, he threw like 69%, which is honestly just mind-blowing. So very well done to Aaron Rodgers. It's just a little tarnished because of that NFC Championship performance, not scoring in the red zone in the fourth quarter when you're, trying to win the game and close out the game. It kind of left a little sour taste in my mouth. Now I understand it's regular season awards. That's why he deserved to win it. That NFC Championship game, man. I really wanted to be talking about Aaron Rodgers in the Super Bowl right now. Would have loved to see Aaron Rodgers versus Patrick Mahomes. How does that shake up? Because we've seen Tom Brady versus Patrick Mahomes twice now. Is it twice? No, only once. Only once in the playoffs, in playoff scenarios. Would have loved to see what Aaron Rodgers was able to do if he was able to get another ring. We could have really talked about him as GOAT status, but really in the head-to-head matchup, losing to Brady, I don't really know if there's an argument, a path for the greatest of all time for Aaron Rodgers anymore. This MVP will definitely help it a little bit, but when you look at the totality of the season and how it ended, unfortunately, if you dig a little bit deeper into the stats, it's going to kind of cancel out. So, great win for Aaron Rodgers, well-deserved. I think he definitely deserved it. You could have made the argument for Josh Allen, and it's a decent argument. I don't think it's a great argument. I really think Stephon Diggs helped his game out a little bit more. I don't really think, Aaron Rodgers kind of relied on a wide receiver to kind of get all of his stats. And I'm not knocking Josh Allen. I'm truly not. He's fantastic. Even, you still have to deliver great balls to kind of wide open receivers, and Stephon Diggs can get wide open whenever he wants because that's kind of his game, and Josh Allen was putting it on the money every single time. So I'm not knocking Josh Allen. I just think if we're going to take everything into account here, wins, touchdowns, interception, completion percentage, yards, team, receivers, how well y'all did, totality of the team, who was the true leader, how were you scoring the points and all that, who did you face, what was your competition like. If we're taking everything into account, I think we got to give it to Aaron Rodgers a little bit more. So very well done. I think Josh Allen finished second in the voting with 4 votes, and then Patrick Mahomes finished third, and he had a great season as well. So, well-deserved for the top 3. Aaron Rodgers, the 51 touchdowns and like less than 10 interceptions is just truly fantastic. That touchdown-to-interception ratio matters so much, folks. It truly does, and Aaron Rodgers is one of the best at quarterback or touchdown-to-interception ratio. So, we got Aaron Rodgers as the MVP. We agree. We got Alex Smith as the comeback player of the year. We agree. We got Kevin Stefanski as a head coach. We agree 51%. 51% agree a little bit. I would say Sean McDermott, 49%. I could see him winning as well. All right. Offensive player of the year, 1,000% correct. They got it right. Derrick Henry, absolutely. Defensive player of the year, yeah, I think they got it right. Aaron Donald is fantastic. Defensive rookie of the year, I think they got it right with Chase Young. Absolutely fantastic talent. And I think they definitely got it right with offensive rookie of the year with Justin Herbert. So, well done to these players. Congratulations. We'll see who will be able to kind of repeat their title next season and hold on to it. Alrighty, and then we'll finish here. Can we stop? I see a lot of talk about the Panthers drafting a quarterback, trading for a quarterback. They're going to stick with Teddy Bridgewater, folks. This isn't the main reason why, but it's a small part of why. Panthers quarterback Teddy Bridgewater wins the 2020 Art Rooney Sportsmanship Award. Obviously not a big award. It wasn't in one of the, the chain tweets from NFL Network that kind of posted all the winners from last night. So it's obviously not a big award, but it's still an award. And what he does, he's a true leader out there. He loves the game. He's, all about the game, and he plays well. So can we stop it with, the Panthers are going to get rid of Teddy Bridgewater? It was Teddy Bridgewater's first full season at quarterback. It was a first full season for a new head coach at that team in the NFL. The man has never coached in the NFL before. They were missing their best player, Christian McCaffrey. He played 2 games and exited early in both of those games, and he was still making this team work, being competitive in games. He was making DJ Moore and Robbie Anderson look like A1 tier 1 wide receivers, folks. He was going to them, slinging it down the field. Our only knock was that he just unfortunately was not clutch this season. Our biggest knocks against him are, before halftime, trying to get a score. He took the big sack to kind of knock them out of field goal range, made the wrong decision, didn't live for another down in that kind of key spot, and then also at the end of games as well, just, taking the sack, not picking up the first down, getting knocked out of field goal range to kind of for a chance to tie or win the game with a field goal. He's been, the Panthers were taking, 61, 65 yarders, trying to set new records because of kind of poor plays by Teddy Bridgewater in kind of key end of game, end of half scenario. So that's the only knock we have on him, but he elevated receivers, worked without, a running game. They had Mike Davis as the running back, and he was a solid backup running back, don't get us wrong, and we kind of enjoyed watching him this year, but he's nowhere near the level of Christian McCaffrey, especially catching the ball out of the backfield. So I see a lot by PFF and all these other mock drafts saying that the Panthers would even trade up to the number 3 pick to try and draft a quarterback. No, they're rocking with Teddy Bridgewater. I would bet the show on this. Teddy Bridgewater will be the starting quarterback for the Carolina Panthers next year. There's no change at quarterback. It's just he had an unclutch year with a new head coach with not even the best player on the team there. So he's fine. He's there next year. Panthers fans, relax. He's good. He's fine. They'll be fine next year. I can guarantee it. The Panthers will be fine. They will be a playoff team next year. I will once again bet the show on that. Whoever wants to make the bet, hit me up. You all know how to find me. Takes by fans. It's not that hard. Every social media, we're there basically. So Teddy Bridgewater will be a Panther next year. Alrighty, those are all the stories that we did need to cover. We are going to quickly fly by what happened last night in the NBA. We're not even going to do a moneymaker for today's game. I'll quickly preview what are today's games. I don't even know, honestly. Does it matter? Are there any? There shouldn't be. It's football. It's football day. National Football Day. I think that's what NVD is, at National Football Day. They should declare that. Biden, get on that. But here we go. Oh, and then make Monday a holiday as well, so nobody has to go to work. That needs to be implemented as well, but I don't control that. But I endorse it. All right, here we go. What happened in the NBA last night? Well, the Blazers lose to the Knicks. Once again, we're going to have to shout out this Knicks team and get a little bit deeper into them because they got playing great. They're currently the number 6 seed in the East, so we are going to have to pay a little bit more attention. We already kind of shout them out a lot of, Julius Randle doing his thing, RJ Barrett doing his thing, and Tom Thibodeau trying to trade for D Rose, I think would be a perfect addition for the Knicks. So unfortunate for the Blazers, they lose this game, and we just put them in the top 10, and they're kind of letting us down a little bit. Nuggets, Kings, and the Kings win at 119-114. Love this Kings team. De'Aaron Fox getting it done. And Jokic had a great game. He had 50 big old points, 58 and 12, folks. 50 points, 8 rebounds, 12 assists, and it still wasn't enough to get it done because this Kings team, folks, they're underdogs. They're a scrappy team. This Kings team, I think, is the new Heat team from last season in the bubble, folks. Watch out for them. They probably won't be able to get to the finals, but they'll be a tough out if they make kind of, the 8th seed, 7th seed in a playoff. They're 11-11 right now. I think they're currently out in the West because it's a little bit tighter in the West right now, but it's only like a half a game back. I think they're like number 11 or something. But yeah, definitely watch out for this Kings team. Absolutely magnificent. Beating the top tier teams. That's what I love to see. Alrighty, Bulls and Magic. Zach LaVine gets it done. Vucevic can't repeat his giant performance from the last outing, and that's something we know about the Magic. They just don't have consistency. They don't got great players. So the Bulls win 118-92. All right, Nets with only James Harden. You heard that right. No Kyrie, no KD, and James Harden just could not get it done himself. Embiid plays for the 76ers, puts up 33 points and 9 rebounds, and they win 124-108. So this Nets team, yes, they've got the talent, but man, they're not all in the starting lineup. It's nothing that they can't control. I mean, Kevin Durant didn't play, so, because of health and safety protocols. So I'm assuming that's kind of why Kyrie didn't play, because he's like, you know what, I'm not going to be out there. That's just my opinion. But whatever. At the end of the day, they still lose, and they lose to the 76ers, and very well done to the 76ers for still winning the game. Alrighty, Raptors, Hawks, well done to the Hawks, and kind of like what we said, yes, there was 2 great games by the Raptors, but we wanted to kind of test it out, see how long it would go, so we bet the Hawks +4 last night. They went outright, didn't even need the 4.5, but hey, Hawks back to winning, Trae Young getting it done, Clint Capella getting it done, and the Raptors fading a little bit here, so we'll see. We'll definitely have to keep an eye on how they rebound from this loss. Do they get back to kind of where they were the last 2 games, or do they just kind of do what they did all season? One person has a good game, everybody else flounders. 2 people have a decent game, but they still lose. What are they going to do? So well done to the Hawks getting back on track here. Love to see them winning. Bucks, Cavs. All right, we actually have to go into the stats a little bit deeper. I just want to check the Bucks 3-point shooting. How did it look last night? That's our one concern, and they hit 16, so that's fantastic. And the Cavs hit 6. That's what the Bucks did their previous game. They hit 7 3-pointers. So 3-pointers are back on track here. Giannis at the free throw line is still a little less than great, 7 of 11, but 24 points and 11 rebounds, and 16 threes made. So very well done. Chris Middleton hit 4. Giannis hit 1. Brook Lopez hit 1 of 6. Can't be taking 6, my man. Dante DiVincenzo, 1 of 2. Drew Holiday, 2 of 4. DJ Augustin, 1 of 4. And holy cow, Brian Forbes, 6 of 6. That's why it was so high. Holy cow, they would have had 10 without him in that point. It's kind of, just like the line of good or bad, 10 right there. But I think we would have given it to him if they hit 10. So very well done, Brian Forbes. Holy cow. Brian Forbes, Jesus, 6 of 6 from 3. Jeez. Oof. Alrighty, so the Bucks get the win 124-99 over the Cavs. All right, Rockets and Spurs, and the Rockets let us down a little bit. We wanted to see how they would work without Christian Wood, and they kind of needed him a little bit. Spurs ended up getting the win 111-106. John Wall played good. Victor Oladipo played well. Unfortunately, the Spurs, they're so hot and cold. Great one game, really not great the other game, but they were kind of on this game, and they did kind of miss Christian Wood a little bit, unfortunately. Timberwolves and the Thunder get the 2-point win this time. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is back in the starting lineup, and they win because of that. That's their man. That's the guy on the team. SGA, folks. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Alrighty, Warriors and Mavericks, and this one was a close one, but the Mavericks get the win at the end of the day. Curry went absolutely nuts, 57 points. Luka went classic Luka, 42 points, 11 assists, 7 rebounds, and it led to a victory this time for the Mavericks. But this Warriors team is still good. Steph Curry is still the best shooter of all time, and it's not even close. So very, very entertaining game. A lot of threes in the third quarter, a lot of very back and forth, and the Mavericks end up getting the win by 2. Pelicans, Grizzlies, and the Pelicans are back, folks. Another win here for them. Brandon Ingram doing good. Zion Williamson doing good. Everything working out for this Pelicans team. And we know the Grizzlies are just a meh team. John Morant, good, bad, good, decent, stuff like that. But this Pelicans team, they've been stringing some wins together, some great plays together, and definitely a great team to watch. And then the last game from last night, Pistons, Lakers goes into double overtime. LeBron James gets it done, and company gets it done. He kind of had the dagger with the 3 when they were already up by 4 with like under 40 seconds left in double OT. But hey, a dagger's a dagger, so we respect the dagger. But hey, you know why the Pistons weren't competitive? Because Blake Griffin did not play. The man takes stuff away from the team. He drains the energy. He stops the ball. He misses wide open threes. He doesn't get rebounds. He's not under the glass. He's just a 3-point shooter now for some reason, and that's why they lose games. So I see a lot of people on Twitter last night, and I had to do my best to refrain from responding because everyone's like, oh, Pistons are challenging the Lakers without, Blake Griffin and Derrick Rose. All right, first of all, Derrick Rose comes out the bench, and he's just solid. He's average. He's nothing special on this team, and Blake Griffin hurts the team more than he helps the team. So, yes, they are competitive because no Blake Griffin. That's not a positive statement to say. He hinders the team. He hurts the team. He does not help the team taking 0 of 6 threes, scoring 7 points and 3 rebounds. That does not help the team. He had one great game this season where he put up like 24 points. That's it. He's not even close to that averagely. So Lakers get the win. Pistons are competitive because Blake Griffin's not in the starting lineup. That's not positive. All right, here we go. That's all the NBA we're talking about today. Actually, we are going to see what's on today. What do we got today? Anything good? Hornets, Wizards. I don't care about Wizards. I do like the Hornets, though. Jazz, Pacers. Pacers haven't even been able to beat the good teams, so Jazz should win all day. Heat, Knicks. Should be a decent one. Knicks are kind of streaking. Heat getting Jimmy Butler back, getting in the flow. That should be a good one. Celtics, Suns should also be a good one. Suns should win because Celtics don't have Marcus Smart, but we'll see how they fare there. Clippers, Kings. This should be a good one, too, because actually, damn, there's a good NBA day on today. Damn. Unfortunate because, the Super Bowl, so I really don't care. I'll tell you all right now, I know I'm a sports show. I don't care about today in the NBA. Yes, we will still break it down tomorrow, but I don't care about it. Kings, Clippers. This is a good game because Clippers are kind of floundering here, losing the lead, losing the game late in the fourth quarter, and the Kings are just beating all the good teams. So this is going to tell us a lot. I'll tell you all right now, if the Kings beat the Clippers, I'm moving the Kings into the top 10 come Monday. We'll do an impromptu on Monday. So that's what we got for today on the NBA. Actually, we are going to go over some lines because I do want to see if we can get some good value here on some of these games. So let's quickly, before we get into all the NFL lines, let's quickly see what we got here in the NBA. So Jazz, Pacers +5. Going to stay away from this one just because I don't like the Pacers against the better teams. They haven't shown us a win, so we're going to stay away from this one. Knicks, Heat, Knicks +6, and I love, do I love it or do I like it? I think we're going to downgrade it to like. But just because the Knicks are on a back-to-back, if they were not on a back-to-back and they were getting +6, I love it all day. But they are on a back-to-back, so we'll see how that plays out. But +6 for the Knicks at home, I think is very solid. This Heat team is not, hasn't proven that they're consistent yet with Jimmy Butler back in the starting lineup. So I think, we're going to take the Knicks +6 here. I actually love it. We're going to upgrade it right back up to loving it. Knicks +6, love it. This Knicks team, I think, totality-wise, not better than the Heat, but can be competitive. We've seen them kind of competitive against some of the better teams, and this Heat team is not consistent yet. Not yet, folks. They are good. They've got talent. They got the three-point shooting. They got that, but they're not consistently putting it together this season yet. So we'll take the Knicks +6. Wizards, Hornets +1.5 should have no trouble beating the Wizards, but this low spread is kind of making me think that something is wrong with this Hornets lineup, so we will stay away from this one. Celtics, Suns -3 should be kind of solid to play there. Celtics do kind of, play above their competition, but, missing Marcus Smart and now only rocking with Jalen Tatum and Jason Brown, I don't know how long that's going to be sustainable for. And Kings, Clippers, Kings +8, and I love it all day, folks. There it is. Great value here with some points. Knicks +6, Kings +8.5. Kings are scrappy, they're competitive, and the Clippers blow games in the fourth quarter still this season. So we'll take some points here. Two-teamer in the NBA, Knicks +6, Kings +8.5. So that's what we got here in the NBA. That's how you make money. If you're not going to watch the Super Bowl for some reason today, this is how you make money in the NBA. Alrighty, folks, let's start talking about it. Let's get down to brass tacks in the Super Bowl, folks. We've been talking 5 straight months of the NFL. We've been talking this game kind of 2 weeks straight. Last week, we were just kind of breaking down what they did in the NFC in the championship games, NFC and AFC, and then this week we've been focusing heavy on the Week 12 matchup of what this Super Bowl already is. Chiefs at Bucks in Week 12, Chiefs at Bucks for the Super Bowl. Kind of the same thing, so we learned a lot from that game. So let's recap what we saw quarter by quarter. In that first quarter, we saw the Chiefs and Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes attack the defense. They came out firing. Unfortunately, on that first drive, they got kind of down to the 1-yard line, couldn't punch it in. So that red zone defense by the Bucks, and we're going to kind of enhance that kind of narrative to that the goal to go. So from the 10-yard line in, the red zone is from 20 yards to the goal line. Goal to go is from 10 yards into the goal line. So their goal to go defense is actually really, really, really good. Holding Aaron Rodgers last week, we saw that, and then we saw it in the first quarter of this game as well. Also in the first quarter, we saw the Bucks have three straight or three like all in, a couple of seconds of each other, neutral zone infractions, because, this defense, once, the Chiefs get out to a speedy start like they did in the first quarter, the defense is on its heels. Oh my goodness. That's why, they're kind of jumping off sides. Any kind of flinch, any kind of second movement gets them to go off sides, because everybody knows on that Bucks defense that they need to fire off the ball so they can try and get to Patrick Mahomes quicker, or try to cover this fast speed and the agility that these receivers have. We were seeing Tyreek Hill absolutely burning number 24 on every single play, first, second, third, and fourth quarter. We saw that throughout the entire game. Davis, the cornerback for the Bucks, cannot keep up with Tyreek Hill at all, folks, at all. He's burning him consistently. Alrighty. What do we got here? Alrighty, in the second quarter, we had a potential pick by number 24, the cornerback, but he could not catch it, so he can't cover and he can't really catch the interceptions. Unfortunate there, so he's not helping his team when he has the chance to kind of do it after getting burned. I mean, really, the 17 points that the Chiefs put up in the first quarter really kind of all 24's fault, honestly. Already, once again in the second quarter, we saw, the Bucks goal-to-go defense force a fumble, take away the ball from Patrick Mahomes. That's how you beat the Chiefs. You either keep Patrick Mahomes off the field, or you turn him out, or you get the turnovers. You don't allow them to score. So that's what we saw from the Bucks in the second quarter. Absolutely magnificent. Jones had a touchdown, the running back to back out of the backfield for it was either 25 or 30 yards. Nobody was able to bring him down. There was kind of no accountability on that Chiefs defense about the running back. So that's something that we will have to kind of watch for today in today's Super Bowl. How do the Chiefs kind of play the backs out of the backfields? Ronald Jones, Leonard Fournette, when Tom Brady throws the ball to them as an option play, because they don't have to block, so they can kind of slip out and run a route. So that's what we saw from the Bucks in the second quarter. And then we got to the third quarter. What do we see here? The read option from the Chiefs, something that not only, and our camera just died, so we apologize, no more video for the rest of the episode, but in the third quarter, the read option was prominent. We were able to see it a lot. Well, not a lot, but in key situations, like we say, on 4th and 3 or less, on 3rd and 3 or less, the speed options from the right, rushing off to the right side of the Chiefs, having the ability to kind of pitch it or throw the pass, 3 yards down the field to Travis Kelce, or just Patrick Mahomes keep it himself. That is something that is truly dangerous. It is truly hard to stop this team on 4 straight downs. And once they are in kind of that, we only need 1 or 2 more yards, it's almost guaranteed that they pick it up, because there's so much that you have to watch out for and play for. Tyreek Hill was still killing number 24 in the third quarter as well, able to get down the field quickly, burn him right off the line of scrimmage. I mean, folks, we looked at him, the next gen stats, and he was reaching, 14 miles an hour right off the line. It's crazy, his speed. In the third quarter from the Bucks, what do we see here? They were too conservative when they got into the red zone offensively. Run it on first down, throw it to the running back on second down. Now you're looking at, still 3rd and 10, trying to get to the end zone, and then it's just, a high throw over the middle of the field in the back of the end zone. So real conservative in the red zone. They had to settle for a field goal, which is something you cannot do against this Chiefs team, because they will be putting up the touchdowns. And then we also saw 50-50 Brady in the third quarter. He had a great rainbow throw. It was fantastic, wide open to Chris Godwin. And then, kind of 2 throws later, he tries the one-on-one matchup, and it's a pick. So, 50% completion percentage. That's what we've been seeing from this man all week in Week 12. Last week in the playoffs against, the Packers. 3 weeks ago against the Saints, we were seeing 50-50 Brady, just nothing consistent here. And then we get to the fourth quarter. Yes, the Bucks put up 14 points, but at that point, the Chiefs were up by just so much that they were allowing everything in the middle of the field. That's why it was open. That's why they were driving. The Chiefs were allowing kind of the 10 yards in the middle of the field because they don't want to get burned over the back. They will let you drive and eat up the clock because, you're down 3 scores. It's hard to overcome 3 scores in the fourth quarter in any game, let alone, a Super Bowl. So hopefully they don't get down by that much, because the Bucs will not be able to come back. And well done by the Chiefs to run out the clock. There was 4 minutes left in the game, and they got the ball back, 3-point game, and they just held on to it. First down after first down, bleed the clock, run the ball, bleed the clock, pick up the first down, and they were able to kind of run out the last kind of 4.5 minutes of this game. So, after breaking down Week 12, we still feel this is it. Here it is. The line is still Chiefs -3, Bucs +3. Really, the only line the only time this line has changed was, I think, what was it? Wednesday or Thursday, something like that. Tuesday. It was early in this week, middle of the week, where the Bucs went up to +3.5. And at that point, if you were able to lock that in, I think that is solid. But now that the line has fallen right back down to Chiefs -3, after everything that we've seen, our official Takes by Fans Super Bowl pick is Chiefs -3, folks, for these reasons. Tyreek Hill is unguardable. We saw it all game. It wasn't, he had a great first quarter, then locked up, great second quarter, then locked up first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, had a great fourth quarter. It was nothing like that. He was burning everybody on every single play. I don't think the Bucs, now they had 2 weeks to prepare for it, so hopefully they've tried to do something, but honestly, I don't think there's just nobody that can guard him. It's not that the Bucs don't have anybody. It's just literally nobody can shut him down. Not even, Jalen Ramsey can shut the man down. So Chiefs -3 because of Tyreek Hill, because Patrick Mahomes does not turn the ball over, folks. We've been seeing it all postseason. Tom Brady should have had 3 picks against the Saints, and if that happened, they probably lose the game. Tom Brady threw 3 picks against the Packers, barely won the game because Aaron Rodgers could not be clutch in the red zone. Patrick Mahomes will be clutch in the red zone. I can guarantee it. We saw it all game here. Yes, the Bucs were able to kind of get a couple of stops, but on the goal line, that's going to be 50-50. The Bucs were able to stop him. That is a green sign for the Bucs, and that's why we had kind of hesitations that we were kind of considering the Bucs +3.5 when it came around. Unfortunately, we missed out on it. We were still taking Chiefs -3.5 at that point, and then the next day we were going to take Bucs +3.5, but it went away. So value, it goes away at the snap of a finger, folks. And it was actually Chiefs -3.5 was actually +100 when it was at that. So decent value there as well. Either way you played it. But back here to Chiefs -3. Patrick Mahomes is fantastic. Tyreek Hill is great. Now they got Clyde Edwards-Helaire. He was doing a great job kind of closing out the games, picking up, huge chunk plays. We would see him, kind of rush on first down, pick up, 5, 6 yards, 7 yards even. So that's still great by them. They get LaShawn McCoy healthy. Sammy Watkins should be good to go. And Travis Kelce, folks, once again, the Bucs had no answer for Travis Kelce either. Wide open in the middle of the field. Tyreek Hill would be wide open, on the deep ball and kind of out on the sideline. So you got the middle of the field covered with Travis Kelce. You got the ends of the field covered by Tyreek Hill. And something that was interesting that we saw in this game was that the Chiefs were painting the sidelines on drives. They would go to the left side, all the way to the left sideline of the field, quick out pass there. Then they would flip it around, and since the right side is the longer side of the field now, they would flip it to the right side. Quick pass out to the right side, extending the defense left side to right side, throwing the ball, kind of 5 yards on an underneath kind of shallow crossing route. So the defense starts to press up, and that's when they hit Tyreek Hill over the middle for 75 yards. So the Chiefs know how to manipulate the Bucs defense by getting them sideline to sideline, pressed up, and then once they get the press defense, they will hit you over the top of Tyreek Hill because he's so fast, nobody can guard him. So that's why we love the Chiefs, folks, for all those reasons of what we said. Also, Andy Reid is fantastic, folks. More time. I think he's 26-5. I think that's the record of when he's got at least a week to prepare. So the bye weeks, he wins 26 games and lost 5 of those games. So extra time with Andy Reid, he will get it done. Now, let's kind of tell you why we think the Bucs won't cover the +3 here. Tom Brady. Yes, he's great. Yes, he's clutch. Yes, he's the greatest of all time. Yes, he's been to 10 Super Bowls. Yes, he's won 6. Yes, he's getting ready to win 7. Yes, he's took this Bucs team 1 year, got them to a Super Bowl, didn't even need an offseason in a pandemic without Billy B. Yes, he did all that. I'm not taking any of that away. I'm actually I'm praising this man. If the Chiefs weren't so damn good, yes, this is huge praise for the Bucs. But Tom Brady has been throwing interceptions or potential interceptions all season long, and he's been getting bailed out all season long. Got bailed out so hard on that Chiefs game by his defense. The defense picking off Drew Brees 3 times and not letting Brady get picked off. I mean, just overcoming all of that. The defense stepping up and stopping. I mean, folks, Tom Brady threw 3 straight interceptions, and Aaron Rodgers only put up 3 points because of that. It's just absurd. It's absurd, folks. Do you think Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes aren't going to be converting off of interceptions? Because I thought Aaron Rodgers would, and they didn't, but I definitely know the Chiefs will take advantage of turnovers, and we're just seeing it by Brady. Every game, even here in Week 12, even in the NFC Championship game, even in the second round of the playoffs, even in that first wild card game when they faced the Washington football team. That was a close game. That was a 1-possession game with Taylor Heineke, and the end of the game on a potential game-winning drive. If you swap Taylor Heineke for Patrick Mahomes, I like Patrick Mahomes 1,000 more % likely of winning that game at the end of the game if it's not Taylor Heineke. So Bucs have been getting bailed out every single game this playoff season, where the Chiefs have just been blowing out team after team, 10-point wins, 2-possession wins every single week. So, all right, what else do we get with the Bucs? He likes to kind of force it to Gronk a little bit too much. Mike Evans was locked up this entire game. He got behind the defense once for a touchdown, and then he also had a red zone touchdown catch as well. Those are great plays, and we're not going to knock them, but in the totality of the game, he was locked up. Mike Evans not only being used in the red zone is a little bit of a concern for me. I would have liked to see, the Bucs kind of use him in the downfield, throughout the entire game. But so that is a little bit of a knock. Just the middle of the field was not wide open, and that's where we know Tom Brady loves to go to the middle of the field, and it was locked up all game by this Chiefs defense. It wasn't locked up in the fourth quarter, as we said, because the Chiefs were already up 17 points. They just didn't want to get beat deep, and we know the Bucs have the receivers to beat you deep. Mike Evans, Chris Godwin's, AB. So, you do want to kind of not give up the deep ball. If you give up 10 yards at a play, that's fine. There's more time coming off the clock. That's fine. There's more chances of you kind of jumping a route if you know he's just going to dink it off over the middle, and we saw that all the time in the second half of this game. That kind of got Tom Brady elevated up a little bit. So if the Chiefs come out like they did in Week 12, locking up the middle of the field, not letting Mike Evans get behind you, scoring touchdown after touchdown after touchdown, getting that big lead, this game's going to play out the exact same way. They're going to be able to shut it down in the fourth quarter and run out the clock because the lead is too big. All right, and then the last thing we'll talk about here for the Bucs and why we don't like them +3 is because Tom Brady, he gets a little lackadaisical in his throws. Kind of if he sees pressure coming, he immediately throws it away. He turns his body just to get the ball away, and we see that it was picked off once by the Packers, should have been picked off another time by the Saints, and we saw a pick. Did we see it? Was it an official pick? I think it was an official pick here by the Chiefs of him just trying to throw the ball away because he sees pressure coming, and it results in a pick. So the lazy throws by Tom Brady, we're seeing them more prevalent this season as well, and for all those reasons, we cannot take Bucs +3. The smart bet of what I'm seeing with my eyes, I have to go Chiefs -3. Now, I understand you can never bet against Brady. We bet against him in the Saints, he wins. We bet against him with the Packers, he wins. It's just, the superstitious side of betting, football, sports, basketball, whatever it is some things just happen. Goats rise up to the occasion. Goats overcome. Just stuff happens in this game that nobody can control. Just a great ball thrown by Tom Brady, a bad pick that doesn't go Tom Brady's way or something like that. So for that reason, yes, you can take the Bucs +3, but that would be the only reason I would take Bucs +3. The superstition side that Tom Brady is the greatest of all time. He's been in these situations before. He's been to 10 Super Bowls. He's won 6 of them. He's the greatest winning quarterback of all all time, hands down. I don't even think it's a debate at this point. That would be the only factor I would put into taking Bucks +3. So I'm going to go with what my eyes are telling me, what my kind of expertise is. We've been talking football for 5 straight months. Hopefully I know what I'm talking about by now, right? So Chiefs -3, because I cannot trust Tom Brady to not turn over the ball, and I can trust Patrick Mahomes to not turn over the ball, and I trust Patrick Mahomes to cash in touchdowns and not settle for field goals like Aaron Rodgers did, and I trust Tyreek Hill to still get open, and I still see number 24 of the Bucks, Davis, cornerback, still getting burned consistently by Tyreek Hill. So with all those reasons, we take Chiefs -3, and I put $10,000 on it. $10,000 on Chiefs -3 pays you $18,900 and $8,900 profit. We feel confident on Chiefs -3 for $10,000, folks. Alrighty, let's go into some of these prop bets. Let's do points by a team in the first half if we're allowed to do this. I'm assuming we are. Let me see where it will be able to be. Game props, team props. I think it's under team. No, is it under game? Game props, here we go. Points by a team in the first half. No, that's not it. Touchdown props, kicking props, punting props, first to score props, end of quarter. Where's halftime, full time? Halftime here. Where do we get? Chiefs. Oh, halftime, full time. Who's winning? All right. That's not what I thought it was. Can I not get our favorite prop bet? Points by a team in the first half. That's the one I feel most confident on. Those are the ones I feel most confident betting. Yeah, where are these? Game specials, safety. Safety to be scored. Yes is +800. I would stay away from that. Either team to be shut out. Yes, I would. Oh my goodness, maybe not. +5,000. We may have to throw some stuff on this one. If you put $10 on a 5,000, you win 510. Holy cow! I would put $10 on this. For a team to be shut out +5,000. The Chiefs have no chance of being shut out, so you already cut off 50-50 there. But the Bucks, I can kind of see them being shut out a little tad bit there. I mean, if really Tom Brady if he plays like he's been playing all postseason in the kind of the Chiefs step up defensively kind of a lot, then yes, the Bucks will be shut out because Tom Brady's not playing flawless football right now. So $10 wins you 510. That's not bad to throw on. Damn, +5,000 for a shutout. I'd put $10 on it. I'd put 10,000 on it. Put 10,000 on that. What do you win? 5 million? Is that right? 10,000. 5,000. So if you put 10,000 on a team to be shut out, you win 510,000. Holy cow! Woof, that's some nice money right there. But I would not encourage putting 10,000 on a +5,000 bet. I will say that. All right, what else do we get? Either team to have a successful 2-point conversion. Yes, I kind of like this a lot. +230. That's great odds. To do a 2-point conversion, you would obviously kind of need to be down a little bit, playing the score a little bit, and we that could definitely happen in the Super Bowl. If you're down 8, you need the 2-point conversion. So both of these. If it's coming down to the wire and you're down by 8 and it's, the last chance for either Patrick Mahomes or Tom Brady, they're both clutch. They both have the ability to go down and score a touchdown. So, now you're just betting that they hit the 2-point conversion. So I definitely can see a 2-point conversion being played this game. So yeah, 50-50 of getting it converted, +230, $50 on that. Plays 165. That's how you make a little bit of money right there. That's a solid prop bet with some solid odds. I like that. All right, what else do we get here? Either team to score a special teams touchdown, a punt return, kick return. Yeah, all right, +550 once again. Woof. Some good odds here. Make some money. I would put $10 on this as well. $10 pays what? 5 times or 65? $65. So once again, just a little bit of money there. Solid money. Either team to win by exactly 3 points. Yes is +425. That's the spread, folks. So either team to win by exactly 3 points. That's what Vegas is counting the game at. That's actually, and you get great odds, +425. So you put $10 on that, you win $52. You put $50 on that, you win $262. That's not bad for either team to win by exactly 3 points. That's a field goal, game-winning field goal, walk-off field goal. The line is 3, folks. That's not bad value there. Team to obtain more first downs, Chiefs or Bucks. Chiefs minus 165. I would take the Chiefs in that one. To go into overtime plus 750. That's not bad either. I would stay away from that. But that's some good odds if you want to throw $10 on it. You win $75. Total net offense yards by both teams over 800. It's at 799.5. So they're saying 800 yards. Woof. They're saying an explosive game here. And then total sacks over 4.5. All right, what do we get? Can we find the points by a team in the first half? That is what we're looking for still. What do we get here? Team props, it's not under that. Total points by the Bucks, total by the Chiefs. So Vegas is saying that this game is going to be 26.5 to 29.5. That's where we get the 3-point line from. That's where, you can make some good money on getting, team winning by exactly 3 points. That's not bad either. I kind of like it. Cross sport specials. I don't even know what the hell this is. Event with higher total, Mike Evans receiving yards, or lowest round 4 score at Waste Management Phoenix Open. What the hell is going on here? This is crazy. Let's read some of these cross sport big game specials. Let's see what we get here. Event with a higher total, Mo Salah and Raheem Sterling combined goals, and Chris Edwards-Helaire and Chris Godwin's combined touchdowns. So now we're combining soccer goals to combined running back of Clyde Edwards-Helaire and wide receiver Chris Godwin combined touchdowns. This is insane, folks. This is truly insane what you could bet here. Event with the higher total, Chris Paul points, rebounds, and assists, or Rob Gronkowski's receiving yards. Well, we know Chris Paul can do like 27-5, 27-6. So what is that, 27-6? Over receiving yards for Gronk? Yeah, Gronk could have 50. Solid 45 or 50. Chris Paul 25, 7, and 5. What is that add up to? 37? That's not bad. That's not bad. That's interesting. Higher total event. Patrick Mahomes' pass completions or Kawhi Leonard points. Kawhi Leonard could put up from 25 to 32 points. So do you think Patrick Mahomes is going to have more than 32 completions, not total throws? Damn, these are really interesting here. No great value in any of these. I mean, basically these are kind of 50-50 with the odds. In that last one we just read of Patrick Mahomes' pass completions or Kawhi Leonard points, it's pass completions minus 118, Kawhi Leonard's points minus 106. So no great value here. Nothing that you should be, spending a lot of money on here. Just some interesting things here. We'll do a couple more here, maybe 1 or 2 more. Event with the higher total, Chris Godwin receiving yards or highest round 4 score at Waste Management Phoenix Open. Luka Garza points versus Indiana, or Tampa Bay's points scored. What? Luka Garza points versus Indiana, or total Tampa Bay points scored. So they're saying that Luka Garza is not a good basketball team, I'm assuming, because, basketball, you should be putting up more points than football every game. Jimmy Butler assists versus Tyreek Hill's receptions. What's the last one on here? Is the last one the wonkiest? I doubt it, but let's see. Domantas Sabonis points, rebounds, assists, or Ronald Jones rushing yards. Folks, this is wild here. So this is interesting here. Oh, halves. Here it is. Oh, no. What? Points by a team? Team totals? Here it is, folks. Points by a team in the first half. Let's see what we get here. The Bucks, points by a team in the first half is over 13.5. Let's kind of recap our rules. We never take anything over 13.5. We kind of kept it at 13.5 because of the 2 touchdowns. We don't kind of want anything other than that. Once you start getting over, 14.5, now we're talking 2 touchdowns and something else. Touchdowns, that's kind of what you pray for when you take this because, 7 points over 3. And the lines are usually, the lowest I've ever seen is 6.5. Don't see that too often. 7.5 is not too often either, but, kind of that over 7 hook. So if you get a field goal, you're kind of screwed on that one. 9.5 because they want touchdown and field goal. 13.5 because they want 2 touchdowns. 12.5 is kind of what we see a lot as well. So that's kind of what we see throughout the season, and we never take anything over 13.5. So Bucks over 13.5. We're going to stay away from it because we don't really trust Tom Brady and this Bucks team team putting up that many points, honestly. I can't trust Tom Brady this game, and it sucks to say it, but we're not trusting him. All right, points by a first half points by a team in the first half for the Chiefs is over 14.5, kind of breaking our rule a little bit. We saw the Chiefs put up 17 points in the first half, or in the first quarter in their Week 12 matchup. So I think we're gonna break our rule here for the Super Bowl. We'll make their Super Bowl exception because we know the Chiefs can score whenever they want. We still like them to score a lot here. They were aggressive in their Week 12 matchup. I still think they stay aggressive here. They attack number 24. They have no answer for him. So Chiefs over 14.5. We're going to make our exception for Super Bowl Sunday. We will take this. We will endorse this bet. Chiefs over 14.5 points. Now, it's interesting because we can take, usually you can never do this, points by team in the second half. Never been able to take that. They don't offer that. They only offer that in the Super Bowl. So since they only offer it in the Super Bowl, let's take one. Let's find one with the best value. So Chiefs over 13.5 for the second half, which is actually more appealing to me, honestly. Now, if they get a big lead in the first half, now they shut down and clam up in the second half. We saw that kind of happen in the Week 12 matchup. They really didn't put up that many points in the second half, but they didn't need to because they put up a lot of points in the first half. So once again, we will endorse Chiefs over 13.5 points in the second half, excluding overtime. So we don't get the overtime there. Now, the Bucks is also over 13.5. Now, that one, you may be thinking to yourself, maybe a little bit better, just based on that Week 12 matchup, because we saw the Bucks put up 14 points in the fourth quarter because they had to. I don't know if the Bucks are going to get down that big. I do think they're going to get down big. 17 points is pretty big. They could still get down by that, though. Damn. So we are going to endorse Chiefs over 14.5 points in the first half and Chiefs over 13.5 points in the second half as well. Let's keep all these up here. So what was the other one that we took? Did we take one already? Did we take a prop bet? I don't think so. So we'll leave these prop bets up here. Show y'all what we're taking, what we're liking. Alrighty, let's see what we can do here. Let's go to player props because I want to bet on Tyreek Hill as well. I don't think he's going to be contained this game, so let's see what we can get. Receiving yards, anything under 80 yards, 80 receiving yards, we will feel 100% confident to take. I'm sure it'll be more than that, but let's see what we get for Tyreek Hill's receiving yards. Tyreek Hill is right here, over 95.5, and we're taking it, folks. Nobody can stop this man. We've been saying it all season, so we're going to double down, triple down, bet on it here. Tyreek Hill over 95.5 yards. Absolutely love it. Travis Kelce is over 97.5 yards. We'll stay away from that one because we're going to be banking all of our yards on Tyreek Hill, so we don't want to split them up on the same team. Let's go to rushing yards. What do we got here by Clyde Edwards-Helaire? Can we sprinkle a little money on him? Over 30.5 yards. Yes, I absolutely love this. Ronald Jones over 37.5 yards. I love that as well. These two running backs are their main running backs. That's why we're taking their rushing yards and not their receiving yards. Low yards here. Both have the ability to rip off a big one, 35, 40 yards instantly if they want it. So, yeah, we'll take this. One big run can win you it instantly. What do we only need? 5, 6 yards a quarter, 6, 12, 18, 24, more than 6, 10 yards, 10, 20, 30, 40. Yeah, 10 yards a quarter. Y'all can't rush for 10 yards a quarter. Come on. Clyde Edwards-Helaire over 30.5 rushing yards is easy money. I would bet my entire savings just on that prop bet alone. That's fantastic. And then Ronald Jones over 37.5 yards. Love that as well. Alrighty, so we got some nice prop bets here. Let's go to player props by the quarterbacks. Because I want to bet on Tom Brady throwing a big old pick, folks. Let's see, interceptions. Tom Brady over half. That's easy money. He should have had 3 against the Saints. He had 3 against the Packers. He had 2 against the Chiefs in Week 12. So, yes, Tom Brady will absolutely throw an interception. He loves throwing interceptions in the playoffs. And look at this, folks. It's minus 177. It's not even that great odds, so you will have to beef it up a little bit if you want to make some money on it. But Tom Brady will be throwing a pick here, hands down. Absolutely. Alrighty, touchdown passes. Let's see. We get Patrick Mahomes. You can do over half. 2.5, 1.5, 3.5. Obviously, if you only do a half, it's minus 5,000. So you get absolutely no value there. You get so no value, it's comical. Let's say you bet $10,000. You bet $10,000. $10,000 on Patrick Mahomes to throw one touchdown this game. You only profit $200. You profit $200 betting $10,000. So yeah, stay away from that. You make no money on that one. Yes, it's easy to take, but the risk way outweighs the reward there. To put out $10,000 to win $200, that's nonsense. So stay away from that. Patrick Mahomes, I think he throws 2.5. I feel solid on that one. We'll bet this one. Patrick Mahomes is throwing 3 touchdowns, baby. Yes, sir. And you get decent odds with that, minus 150. We're going to stay away from Tom Brady because, folks, I don't think he has a great game, honestly. From what we've been seeing, he does not have a great game. Now, he's the GOAT in the superstitial stuff does come into play at that point, and that for that reason, that's why we're going to stay away from it. All right, what else do we do here? Defense? Let's see if we can do anything with Tyreek Hill. I want Tyreek Hill getting a pick, boy. He's the one that's going to be picking off Tom Brady. Let's see if we can bet this. Tyrann Mathieu getting a big old pick, plus 300. We'll take it again. Tyrann Mathieu, he's the one picking off Tom Brady. It's plus 300. Great odds there. You bet $100 on it. You win 300. You win 400 because you profit the 300 and your $100 back. Alrighty, that's what I feel the most confident in here, I think. What else can we get? Anything else we should be looking at here in the props? Super Bowl MVP. Let's do this one as well. Well, we say the Chiefs are going to win it, and we think Patrick Mahomes is going to be the MVP just because they're going to probably give it to the quarterback. So we bet Patrick Mahomes the MVP. Game props. What else do we get here? Safety to be scored. Oh, we already went over this. A team to be shut out, plus 5,000. I would bet $10 on that one. Alrighty, what else do we get? Can we do the coin toss novelty props? Let's do some of these. What do we get? Coin toss, game outcome, heads or tails. Let's say, what are we going with? Tails never fails, right? Gotta always bet the tails, so we're betting tails here as well. Alrighty, I think that's all we are feeling confident on, all that we like taking. So let's kind of recap every single bet that we will be taking here at Takes by Fans during the NFL Super Bowl, folks. So here it is. Chiefs over 13.5 points in the second half. I think they're going to be consistent scoring all throughout. They're going to have their foot on the pedal. If they get up big, they will say no mercy, folks. This is Tom Brady. There is no mercy to be shown. We know what this game means. We know what we have to prove. They will be scoring throughout the entire game. So Chiefs over 13.5 points in the second half. We also like Chiefs over 14.5 points in the first half as well. They will be putting up a lot of points throughout this game, folks. Scoring consistently. We like it. Alrighty, how will they be scoring consistently? Well, we know Tyreek Hill, baby. Nobody can stop this man. We just spent 4 days watching the Week 12 matchup, and nobody had an answer for Tyreek Hill. So we have him going over 95.5 total receiving yards. Love that as well. Now, we also think Clyde Edwards-Helaire is going to have a decent game. He just has to have a decent game here. We only need him to rush for 31 yards because we're taking Clyde Edwards-Helaire over 30.5 rushing yards, including overtime too. Damn, even better value there. That is fantastic. Clyde Edwards-Helaire will have a decent game. He has the ability to rip off a 30-yard run alone on one play. Love it. Also, Ronald Jones rushing over 37.5 yards. He's their main running back. He will get it done. Yes, they have Leonard Fournette, but they do like Ronald Jones a little bit more, and he had a decent success there against the Chiefs in their Week 12 matchup. So Clyde Edwards-Helaire over 30.5 and Ronald Jones over 37.5 rushing yards. We also love Tom Brady throwing that big old pick, folks. We've been seeing it all season long, and it's not going to stop here in the Super Bowl. Probably why they lose this game, and now we have a whole different narrative coming out of Super Bowl. Tom Brady single-handedly lost the game because of a pick. He's no longer the GOAT. That's what we'll be saying Monday if he throws the pick. We think Patrick Mahomes is going to be throwing 3 touchdowns, baby, so we're taking over 2.5 touchdowns by Patrick Mahomes. He's got the ability to score. We see the Chiefs instantly can get in the red zone whenever they want. Now the Bucs defense is decent, but I think Andy Reid with some extra time, we brought up the 26-5 record with extra time of Andy Reid. We like the Patrick Mahomes throwing 3 straight touchdowns, and he wins the MVP because of it. We also like Tyrann Mathieu. We love him. He's a ball hawk. He's the safety. He will be all over the field. He will probably also get a sack and an interception in this game. That's what he is able to do. So Tyrann Mathieu, he will be the one picking off Tom Brady. Tyrann Mathieu to get an interception. Yes, that's what we're betting. Plus 300, folks. This man is fantastic. We're betting on Tyrann Mathieu. We love this man. All right, Patrick Mahomes, he will be the MVP of Super Bowl 55 because he wins the game. He throws 3 touchdowns. He doesn't throw any picks like Tom Brady does. And then to call the coin toss, folks, you know what? No, you know what? Do I have a quarter on me? Damn. Oh, yes, I do, folks. Here it is. We're doing our own coin toss. Let's kind of forget about this heads or tails. We're going to do a live coin toss. Unfortunately, our camera battery died, so you'll just have to believe me. Can y'all hear this? Here. Is this ASMR? Can y'all hear this? It's coming through my headphones. I don't know if it's coming through there. That's me flicking this quarter. That's me blowing on the quarter, and it's separating my breath, so it's making the noise. Y'all hear that, or y'all hear me just blowing in the mic? I have a quarter, I promise, folks. So we're going to bet the coin toss on whatever we get, and we'll let it hit the floor just like they do in real NFL. So we will be deciding the coin toss right here, right now. We will change it to heads if it is heads. We will keep it at tails if it is tails. Here we go. Our own coin toss here. We are flipping the coin right now. It had some interference. It just landed on me. We have to do it again. All right, here we go. We're doing the coin toss right now. It's tails. So you heard it here first, folks. It will be tails. The coin toss of Super Bowl 55 will be tails. We called it right before we even flipped it. We flipped it. We're still right, so we're still taking tails for the official coin toss. So that's what we are betting on here for the Super Bowl. We are now, I don't even know when it's on, folks. It's 11:20 right now Eastern time on Super Bowl Sunday. So we're going to get out of here. We got a lot of prep to do for ourselves, for our Super Bowl big old party that we're throwing. Obviously kidding, folks. I know we're in a pandemic. Relax. Don't come at me in the comments, please. But either way, enjoy your Super Bowl Sunday. We'll be breaking it down all on Monday, telling you where we were right. Hopefully we're right about everything. Tom Brady has a big old game, and everything that we've been doing for the last 5 months, pays off for something, right? So thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. Make some money on those prop bets. We told you those are the best bets. That's how you make some money. Don't you want to make some money? Don't you want to be, like those GameStop people who made $22 million off $50,000? Bet these props, baby. We're out of here, folks. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. Enjoy your Super Bowl Sunday, folks. You earn it. You deserve it. Alrighty, folks.